You have probably experienced that strange and slightly heavy sensation that comes when you realize someone is watching you. You are sitting in your living room, perhaps reading a book or scrolling through your phone, when you feel a pair of eyes burning into the side of your head. You look up, and there, across the room, sits your cat. They are perfectly still, and their gaze is locked onto yours with an intensity that feels almost supernatural. For a moment, the world seems to stop as you both engage in a silent battle of wills. Most of us find this behavior charming, or even a little funny. We might even lean in and stare back, trying to win the staring contest. But in the world of feline communication, that simple act of looking your cat directly in the eyes is one of the most misunderstood and potentially confrontational things you can do. To understand why you should think twice before engaging in a long-distance stare-down, we have to dive deep into the ancient instincts and social rules that govern the secret lives of cats. In the human world, eye contact is often a sign of honesty and respect. We teach our children to look people in the eye when they speak. It shows that we are paying attention and that we are engaged in the conversation. However, for almost every other animal on the planet, direct and prolonged eye contact is a very different story. In the wild, a direct stare is a powerful tool used by predators. When a lion or leopard locks eyes with its target, it is not a gesture of friendship. It is a calculated act of focus and intimidation. By staring directly at another creature, an animal is signaling that it is prepared for a confrontation. It is a way of saying, "I see you and I am ready to challenge you." Because our domestic cats are descended from these powerful solitary hunters, they still carry those same biological hardwired responses in their brains. When you stare directly into your cat's eyes, you are inadvertently speaking a language of aggression. To a cat, an unblinking gaze is a threat. It can trigger a primitive stress response known as the fight or flight mechanism. Even if your cat loves you and knows that you provide their food and shelter, the sudden shift in your body language can cause a flicker of doubt in their mind. You might notice that when you stare at them, their pupils begin to dilate, or their ears might rotate slightly to the side. These are the physical signs of a cat that is becoming defensive. They are trying to figure out why their favorite human has suddenly turned into a potential adversary. If you keep it up for too long, a particularly sensitive cat might even hiss or swat at you as a way to establish boundaries and protect themselves from what they perceive as an impending attack. This does not mean that you can never look at your cat. In fact, many owners find that their cats stare at them quite often. But the context of the stare is everything. If a cat is staring at you while you are preparing their dinner, they are likely just using their eyes to communicate a desire for food. If they are staring at you while you are playing with a toy, they are in hunting mode, and you are simply part of the game. The danger lies in the high-pressure, unblinking stare that lacks any other social cues. This is where the famous slow blink comes into play. If you have ever noticed your cat looking at you and then slowly closing and opening their eyes, you have just witnessed one of the highest forms of feline flattery. In cat language, the slow blink is the ultimate sign of peace and trust. By closing their eyes in your presence, the cat is telling you that they feel safe enough to be vulnerable. They are literally letting their guard down. When you respond with your own slow blink, you are confirming that you are also a friend and not a threat. It is the feline equivalent of a warm hug or a friendly wave. Scientists have actually studied this behavior and found that cats are significantly more likely to approach a human who uses the slow blink method compared to someone who maintains a neutral or direct gaze. It's a simple shift in your behavior that can fundamentally change how your cat perceives your relationship. Instead of a tense standoff, you are creating an atmosphere of mutual respect and calm. Another reason to avoid direct eye contact is tied to the concept of personal space and hierarchy. While cats are not pack animals like dogs, they do have a complex social structure. In a multi-cat household, the top cat will often use staring as a way to control resources. If one cat wants to claim the best sleeping spot or the first crack at the food bowl, they may simply sit and stare at the other cat until the subordinate individual looks away and retreats. This is known as a non-physical confrontation. By looking away, the second cat is admitting that they don't want to fight. If you, as the human, insist on staring down your cat, you're essentially acting like a bully in their social hierarchy. You are forcing them into a position where they must either submit or challenge you, which creates unnecessary tension in the home. We also have to consider the incredible power of the feline eye itself. Cats have eyes that are proportionally much larger than ours, and they are designed for maximum light absorption. Their pupils can expand to cover almost the entire iris, allowing them to see in near darkness. Because their eyes are so sensitive, they are very attuned to tiny movements and changes in light. When you stare at a cat, you are a massive presence in their visual field. Your eyes are large, and if you are not blinking, you look like a statue or a predator frozen in mid-hunt. This lack of movement is particularly unnerving for a cat. They are masters of reading body language, and a human who is staring and not moving is a giant mystery that their instincts tell them to be wary of. If you find that your cat is staring at you and it's making you feel a bit self-conscious, the best thing you can do is break the tension. You can look away, or you can give that all-important slow blink. You might even find that simply turning your head slightly to the side is enough to make the cat feel relaxed again. This shows the cat that you are not interested in a power struggle, and that the room is a safe zone. It's also helpful to pay attention to the rest of their body. A cat with a relaxed tail and soft fur is much less likely to take offense to a look than a cat with a puffed-up tail or arched back. Understanding these subtle cues is what separates a casual pet owner from a true cat whisperer. Once you stop challenging your cat with your eyes, you will notice a change in their behavior. They may become more affectionate and more likely to follow you from room to room. They will stop seeing you as a potential rival and start seeing you as a reliable and peaceful companion. It's all about speaking their language and respecting the ancient rules of the predator. While we might think our cats are just small, fluffy versions of ourselves, they are actually highly sophisticated animals with a very specific way of viewing the world. By respecting their need for soft gazes and slow blinks, you are building a bridge of trust that will last a lifetime. So, the next time you see those glowing eyes looking at you from across the hallway, remember that you hold the power to set the tone of the interaction. Resist the urge to stare back and prove your dominance. Instead, give them a gentle, slow blink, and then look away. You are telling them that you are a friend and that you understand their world. It's a small gesture, but in the mind of a cat, it means everything. It's the difference between a house filled with tension and a home filled with the quiet, happy purring of a cat who knows they are truly understood.